something truly magical happens. And yeah, I think it's magic. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm trying to figure out what exactly happens. But when you have an intention, when you intend to do something, and it's not just a desire, right? Because desire, I feel like the word is emphasizing what we lack. It's emphasizing not having our goals, not having what we want. When we intend to do something, that's more like a belief. That's more like a knowing that we will achieve that goal. That sends out an energetic signal. But it's not just having a powerful intention. That's part of the equation. The thing is, if you put a powerful intention out there, the universe, God, nature, whatever you prefer, will make that intention a reality in the most natural way possible, if only you are willing to be patient and not force the outcome. And I know in past videos I've talked about manifestation, and I really emphasized taking action to manifest, because I think that part of the equation is missed a lot. And I talked about not just sitting on the couch. That is true, but there's also a point where we can take too much action and force way too much, and then it pushes what we desire or what we want to manifest away from us. The best manifestations have happened when I have my intention, I take some action, and then I sit back and I let the universe figure out the details. I become attractive. I become a magnet. And I've manifested some crazy stuff. I've had shoes just show up in the parking lot for me, kind of just handed to me. I've had things just handed to me that I've wanted, but I didn't really go out and pursue too much. I wasn't too attached to them. And then they just come to me. And like a month ago, my girlfriend, I think she kept talking about getting, it was like some kind of thing with the cats or some necklace or something like that. And she had been talking about it for months. And then that thing that she wanted just happened to show up in the most natural, most effortless way possible. And I remember saying, hey, it's a good thing you didn't go out and buy that because you were just gifted it. I'm telling you, there's some kind of thing with energy and magnetism and those dynamics with the universe. Yes, you have to take some action, but then if you detach yourself from the outcome, you don't obsess over the outcome. It's like you don't really need it to happen. It's like then you become a magnet for what you want. It's like life happens more effortlessly when we're just acting in that way and we're not forcing too much. It's like when you're driving the speed limit, you know, when you're not really in a rush to get where you want to go, and then it seems like you just hit all the green lights and you just flow smoothly to your destination. But then, you know, when you're late and you're trying to drive really fast, you're trying to switch all the lanes and get around people, and it's almost like you're going slower, you hit all the red lights, and you're using more effort to get to the same destination. That's really how it is with manifestation. I love the kayak example. One day I was just kayaking and I was like, wait, the goal here with kayaking, right, is to stay balanced. Keep your nose or whatever, the head of the kayak balanced, right? And you have to keep doing strokes on the left side and the right side to stay balanced. And if you just keep doing little strokes, simple strokes on each side, you stay pretty straight. But if you start doing huge strokes, your nose is going to get off center. And then you're going to have to use more effort on the other side to get back to balanced. This is why I always say that balance is key. When you're balanced, and again, I haven't really figured it out, but it's probably some physics stuff. When you're balanced and you're aligned with what you desire, something happens with energy where things happen faster, they happen more effortlessly, and they happen more naturally. It's probably something to do with 0-point energy. And something I do know about physics is the particle and the wave. And the thing is, our attention, our awareness can affect physical matter. When we put too much attention on something, and when we're forcing it, what we're looking at becomes a particle. It becomes fixed. That's why they say a watched pot never boils. If you keep looking at it, wanting it to boil, it's not going to boil, or it's going to just appear to not boil as fast. But if you remove your attention from what you desire to happen, you remove your attention from the pot, what happens? It seems like it boils faster. And this is because instead of a particle, if you're not observing it, reality becomes a wave. And when reality becomes a wave, an infinite amount of things can happen. And you allow the universe, you allow nature, you allow God to do the work. And I know we always like to get so stuck on one way that we envision in our head of our goals being fulfilled. One way of our wildest dreams being fulfilled. We get attached to one specific route that we think it'll be, and then it's not, and then we get upset over it, and then we remain closed from the limitless possibilities that could really happen. If we're so stuck on that vision of how we think things should be, we close ourselves off from opportunities. Yeah, hell, maybe you might actually be living or really be close to living the life that you desire. Maybe we gotta let go of the image that's in our head and look at what's going on around us. Maybe the universe is conspiring in our favor. Maybe the opportunity that we need is right in front of us. It just doesn't look like it does in our head. I used to just get so attached to shit, and when things didn't work out, I'd be so unfulfilled. I'd be so ungrateful. And what kind of message does that send out to the universe? What kind of vibration does that send out to the universe? If we're sending out lack, if we're sending out the signal that we don't have enough, we're not grateful, we're just going to keep getting that back. So I was wired to constantly get situations that would be unfulfilling no matter what I got. So we talked about we need to take action to manifest. But when you've taken enough action, then it's time to just sit back, turn your attention to something else, and just let things happen behind the scenes. Instead of just taking too much action, burning ourselves out, wasting our energy, forcing things, trying to will our way to what we desire, we can actually just sit back then after we do that. We can turn our attention to something else so that our goal becomes a wave, our manifestation becomes a wave. And then we become a magnet to that. When all the action that we can take is done, all we really have to do is just sit back in the energy, this is key, right? The energy of being the person that would attract those things to you. Actually being the person that has what you desire. Because if you're not truly the person that is ready for what you want, then we have to bridge that gap. We have to become the person to meet our desires. So then it's more important to examine the energy that we're putting out. What are we being? Who are we being? Is it in line? Is it going to get us what we want to manifest? And I know it's counterintuitive. I know it's really a fine line of when do you let go? When do you set your intentions? When do you take action? And that's something you just have to experiment with and try. But there's a sweet spot that you can get to. It's really just like if you have your intention, you take action, then you focus on just being present. Just focus on the present moment. From that mind state, and again, I wish I could describe it better, we are now ready to receive everything that we desire. And so I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments what you think. Peace.